Namaste to all. I welcome you all on this very important awareness program on the KYM, the Know Your Member. And today for this, we have our very honorable and respected CA Ranjit Kumar Agarwalji, Vice President of ICI. Along with him, we have got CA Durgesh Kabraji, who is the chairman of the Committee for Members in Industry and Business. We have got CA Sanjeev Singhal-ji, who is the chairman of the AASB. We've got CA Gyanchand Mishra-ji, who is again the convener of the legal technical tender monitoring directorate. And of course, we have got another our council member here present, who is Raj Chawla-ji, Dr. Raj Chawla-ji, who is the chairman of the TAQRB, along with me and myself, CA Kotha Srinivas-ji, who is the deputy convener of MSS. And we welcome our very honorable and respected President, sir, CA Aniket Sunil Talati-ji. Thank you very much for joining, sir. And we have got our chairman. And we've got our chairman for the committee for members in practice, CA Prakash Sharma-ji. From this, we all members who are live here can understand the importance of this program. And we have got the Honorable President, Honorable Vice President, the Chairman of the Committee for Members in Industry and Business, Chairman of the Committee for the Members in Practice, and various other our council colleagues who are chairing various important committee. To start with, I'll request our Honorable Vice President to share his initial views because he has to leave early for certain another meeting. So I'll request our Honorable Vice President Ranjit Kumar Agarwalji to share his views on the KYM.
Very respected our Honorable President, virtually joining from Ahmedabad. The convener of this group, Pramod Ji Jain, Deputy Convener Kotha Srinivas from Bangalore, and all our council colleagues sitting here, Durgesh Bhai, Sanjeev Bhai, Gyan Bhai, Raj Chawla Ji, and the office, Anupam Kaushik and all the team. Good afternoon, Prakash Sharma Ji, virtually from Jaipur, and all the members. Good afternoon to all of you. It's a very one of the unique kind of initiative started by the Institute since this year, where it's literally KYC. You might be aware that 1/1/2017, the Institute has come out with the guideline which is called KYC, Know Your Client. In that client list, they have given a 2.5-page requirement in which the parameters they have specified while starting the due audit process. The 2.5-page document of Know Your Client must be the first working paper file in the audit file. That was the requirement from 1/1/2017. And after that, the Code of Ethics has come where so many documentation requirement has come. And considering the requirement of the various regulators, the kind of regulatory environment we are considering all across the country, the kind of expectation of the stakeholder from the Institute of Chartered Accountant members are there. The Institute has taken a call that we must have accurate data of all the members who are in practice or who are in business or who are in industry, so that we can have a holistic idea what kind of membership we have and what kind of services we are providing. So after this KYM is completed, which means the last date is 30th September, where all the members' actual profile we can have in our system. And after this, we can very well regulate not only our members, but we can also help the regulator with the help of database we have. You might be aware that after the introduction of UDN, we were successful to prohibit the forgery of signature by non-members of our member. This is another milestone after UDN, this KYM, Know Your Members. So all the parameters which you can see in this SSP portal, go through it, fill up your data, because once the actual data will be with the institute, it will help not only to regulate the profession, but also to help the government in framing the policy. I'm giving you one example. after this UDN, now we have the data in which district, which city, which town, what kind of services chartered accountants are giving. Now, this data, if we can codify in a sophisticated manner, we can give to the government which district is rising and which district is not rising as per the expectation. So this UDI data is become a very tool to frame the policy by the legislation. On the same line, this KYM, once the actual membership data will be with the institute, nobody can forge our signature, nobody can forge our membership data, and nobody can barge into the security aspect of the Institute of Chartered Accountants India. So I think one of the best initiative done under the leadership of our President Aniket Talati and ably executed by Pramod Bhai Jain and Kota Srinivas. Please come forward, complete this process before 30th September, because you might be aware that once it is not completed by 30th September, the generation of UDN will be stopped from 1st of October. So to avoid those kind of repercussions, be ready in time, beforehand, update your KYM, and this is in your interest. This is not the interest of ICI, but also in your interest to update your data so that we can serve you in a better and more sophisticated manner. Thank you very much, Pramod Bhai, Kota Srinivas, and all the council colleagues for participating in this webinar awareness program. And I will also request our branches and regional council to have a small webinar to educate our member. Any issue, any particular issue you have while updating your membership data, feel free to your nearby branches and regional council so that they can help you to update your data on timely basis. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, VP sir, for your very appropriate and nice address. Before I request the chairman of the CMIB and CMP, because I understand that our president sir is quite occupied, and thanks a lot for sparing your very valuable time, President sir, because this initiative of KYM is very important and has got the legal backing which we all are aware. So I understand that you are very hard pressed for the time, but thanks a lot for taking out the time, and I request you to please share the reasons that why it is there, how it is important, and how the members should go, not only members in practice, but also members in industry. So over to you, Honorable President sir. Sir, unmute कीजिएगा एक बार.
Am I audible, Pramodji?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very good afternoon to the chairman and convener of this very important directorate of MNSS, Pramod Jainji, the vice chairman and deputy convener, Kotha Srinivasji, who have been instrumental in ensuring that this KYM is done in terms of the legal requirements of courts as well as of the council decision, the chairman of members in practice, Prakash Sharma ji, the chairman for members in industry and business, Durgesh Kabra ji, my colleague in the council and chairman of AASB, chairman of the PRC and vice chairman of SRSB, Sanjeev Singhal ji, the chairman of the committee for insolvency and bankruptcy code, and also who's looking after various other initiatives at the institute, Gyan Mishra ji, officers of MNSS Directorate and fellow chartered accountant members who have joined this webcast. A very good afternoon, and let me begin by thanking all the members who have already completed the process of KYM, submitted their documents on the portal, and have moved forward with this very important initiative of the Institute. I think you have all heard the Honorable Vice President and also the Chairman of this committee. This activity which the Institute has undertaken has certain legal background, and also it has the mandate and requirement of the Council of why it is important for us to collect this data. Friends, let me share you based on my practical experience of the just last 1.5 years, ever since I became Vice President and then became President. We go to so many foreign chapters and countries where we have our representative offices or overseas chapters. And so many times we find that the members who are actually residing there who have moved to these countries, migrated there, found gainful employment, or are doing consulting or some form of practice in these countries. But sheerly because of understanding, lack of understanding, or not being aware of the statutory requirements of the Chartered Accountants Act, they have not updated their data. They still have their India addresses, which are there on record. And though they are all very keen to be on the right side of law and regulations, but because of lack of understanding and there not being a clear-cut procedure, many of them are not able to correctly update their address. And I personally believe this is one activity which will in fact show us, Pramodji, the kind of global presence our profession has in the real sense. Because today, if we are talking about London, and they are in just a couple of days, there is a meeting which is being done by a union minister who's going to be in London. So many times, government delegations who go to various countries, they invite our chartered accountants because they are important parts of the economy in those countries. And when we want to invite them to become a part of these deliberations and discussions, we don't get the data because they may be living in those foreign countries, but their address may be from India. Other very important aspect which I have seen is that many firms have employees who they have taken up, they have joined employment, they are paid assistants for some time, and then they may have left the firm and gone on to some other company, corporation, but due to oversight, these firms have not updated their data. And there are certain cases which come up every now and then of such kind. And I believe to rectify the data once and for all, to make sure that the data of the firms is accurate, their partners, their paid assistants is accurate, the branch offices. And you are all aware there are regulations requiring branch office and the branch in charge. Sometimes that data is not updated, or members are not aware that one was in charge of some branch. I believe this KYM, which is being initiated, will give the opportunity to all members to once again go back to the institute records, check what is the data that they have given in terms of their correspondence address and their official address, and what needs to be changed. This will help us not only have accurate member-to-member data, but will also help us have accurate firm data in terms of its partners, its branches, its paid assistants. And all of this becomes very important because this is a data that as a regulator, we share with other regulators. It may be RBI, it may be CAG, or at many times, various other regulators also seek updated information from us. For example, city-wise data of chartered accountants in practice. Industry experience-wise data of firms which are having that industry experience. And we take up this data from the MEF, but the MEF also picks up data from the SSP. You all appreciate that back in the day, 5 years ago, our entire data was physical. It used to reside in our 5 regional offices in files. And therefore, it was a very painful and a difficult process for you to go and update these details. But now with the very successful implementation, and I would say stabilization of SSP, it is now extremely easy for you to update your details. Having said that, I have personally been approached by many members, Pramodji, residing abroad, residing in India, who are in employment, are extremely keen to pay their membership fees and also update the data, but are not able to understand the process, maybe because of certain issues that they may be facing at their end, or maybe that may be there at the portal. So my request to the MSS Directorate, to you and Kothaji both, and also the office would be, let's try and see how we can further simplify this process. I am aware that, yes, the KYM today is mandatory through the SSP, but can we additionally open up certain avenues for them, certain help desks that we can open up in various branches? Maybe the call center can be better guided so that our member queries with regards to these issues can be immediately resolved. Because the idea is that today when we talk about data being the new oil and data being the most important aspect for any organization, it is imperative that even for us as the institute, we have updated data, updated qualifications of our members. And I would also request the MSS, whichever additional qualifications which are required to be incorporated. For example, how many of our members are insolvency professionals? If we have that data on hand here also at the institute, it will definitely help a committee like CIBC. If we have the data of how many of our members are valuation professionals, then of course the valuation standards board may be benefited. And most importantly, I think once the firm data gets corrected, the activity which Prakash Sharmaji's committee is trying to do in terms of giving softwares, coming out with the best tools for our members, only if we know the real size of our members, our firms, will we be able to better understand the requirement of the audit industry. Therefore, I think this is a very, very, very important exercise which has been started by MNSS. I must compliment the way they have done this. And I must also compliment the members who have patiently supported this cause. I'm aware there have been challenges. Any technological change that happens or any new thing which gets introduced will have its fair challenges, will have some bumps and on the road. But you all appreciate that the intention of the institute is for the greater good of the entire profession. Any firm which does not have a branch, which does not have that employee, I think why should that continue on record? It only becomes disadvantageous for everybody else. Like with what happened with UDIN, when it was introduced, there were some apprehensions, but today, entire membership, because we all want to be on the right side of law, is extremely delighted with UDIN because our signature and our seal is protected. Believe me, with KYM being completed, all members, be it in industry or in practice, will be immensely benefited with accurate data. Certain firms which were inadvertently opened, never did any business, maybe never even opened a current account, but firm registration was done. They may get closed, but this will help us give more accurate and appropriate information. So I must request for the help and cooperation of all membership, and with a request to the MNSS directorate that see how you can take all the requests which are coming to you. Your seminar today and the webinar that you are doing is in that direction so that any questions, queries can be raised. And I'm told you are going to make a demonstration as well as a PPT on KYM. So it's an excellent initiative that you are doing. And in spite of this, if any of our members are facing any challenges, please reach out to the call center. You can also reach out to our council members of your region. They are all willing to help you in this exercise because at the institute, we always believe that students and members come first. And therefore, the name of this directorate itself is Member and Student Services. They are here to serve you. You are the most important part. And with this, I would say, mindset, this directorate is functioning. I compliment all of you for organizing this very important outreach program with membership. And I'm sure that it will be immensely beneficial. And by September, all 4 lakh, close to 4 lakh chartered accountants that we have will have updated details on the SSP portal. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you very much, President sir, for your very, very important and rightly mentioned that what are the things which we should take care. Just President sir, just for your information, of course, as you just said, that we'll be having a PPT which would be done by our Deputy Convener Srinivas Kothaji. And then we'll be doing a live demo of getting the KYM updated of a member who is in industry as well as a member who is in practice. So lot of questions would be resolved. And just for your information, sir, we have got that PPT uploaded on the MSSD portal as well as the SSP portal. We've got the FAQs which are available on the MSSD and the SSP portal. And also we have created a Google link, a questionnaire where a member can go and in that questionnaire fill it what is the issue which they are facing. And we have nearly got around 1,000 queries on the same. And we are all trying to resolve that. So we are trying to do the best service which we are able to do to our members and students. I welcome Purushottam Khandelwal ji. Our another council member from Ahmedabad. Welcome Purushottam bhai. Welcome Purushottam. Thank you, President sir. And Purushottam bhai, if you want to add something on that KYM, that would be nice.
The KYC norms which is brought by the ICI is a very excellent norm, and it will stop those who are doing a unfair practice and keeping only address and they are not doing the physical practice. The main purpose of this is to give the strength to the physical member, those who are actively practicing will be benefited. Thank you.
Thank you, Purushottam Bhai. Thank you, Purushottam. Thank you, Professor Purushottam Bhai. Now I'll request our chairman of the committee for members in practice who is also virtually there, C.A. Prakash Sharma ji from Jaipur to give his initial views on the KYM.
Respected Honorable, one of the most dynamic, youngest president of our institute, Aniket Talati ji, chairman of MSS, Pramod ji, Durgesh ji, Sanjeev ji, Purushottam ji, Kotha ji, other officers of the institute and friends. This is one of the very, very important issue for the institute, that whatever we are doing, the biggest challenge for us is that how to share those informations with our members. And believe it, the experience is so bad. When we talk to 3 persons for any one particular three, out of the 2 persons says, we don't know if this thing is happening in our institute. And we could realize that, like if I take the case of Jaipur, officially we are more than 11,000 members in Jaipur, but I know more than 5,000 members are working out of Jaipur, but their registration is in Jaipur. And whenever we are sending all the information, if we are sending anything physically in physical form, it's their house or home where they are not residing. So those informations are not taken away by them. Or even we are finding that the mail address which they have mentioned, that is also in most of the cases, they are not correct. So the biggest problem, what I feel in front of the institute is that whatever work we are doing for the updation of our knowledge of our members or in any manner, we should inform our member that how we should take benefit of it, what are now new norms, and the way due to technology changes, we are also changing lots of things very fast. So, and communication is not the issue now, because the distance and time is not an issue. Within seconds, whatever we want, we can share with each other. The only issue is that it has to be right address and it has to be in right person's address. That is the biggest challenge. We were facing one another challenge also, that when we are seeing whenever institute is having election for different executive members or central council members or regional council members, the percentage is very poor. Reason being that people, they have given their address at different place, but they are working or they are based now in another place, but they are not, but change their addresses. So they think, okay, we have got address in Jaipur, but we are working in Bangalore or in Chennai. So they don't go and vote. Although in last elections, we have requested and we have started with the new concept that if you will in certain time, you will feel that I will vote my this thing from so-and-so place for that reason, it is allowed. But what we feel, wherever he is based, he may be knowing that activities of that city very well, and even the members of that city very well. So we feel wherever he is based, he should give vote over there, and he should be voting for the members who are standing from the very same place. So these are some of the important points which we thought that we should have KYM concept, and we are trying our best to update in that fashion so that in future, whatever changes we take cognizance in our institute, you may be in a position to know immediately. So you may be knowing, friends, that New India Insurance Company, it has come out with very unique policy that is exclusively for CAs only. And we are extending that policy for even their students of practicing members, even for their employees, even for their all family members, take a benefit of that policy, which is no any other insurance company can give on that terms on which this New India Insurance Company is giving to us. most of the people does not know that one of the very, very useful software that is Joho, it is also available to us free of cost for all our members. There are so many other areas where we have given so many of benefits, like Bank of Baroda credit card that is free of cost to our members. Even in that card, we are allowed in airport airport lounge. We can go and sit complimentary in those lounges also. There are so many other benefits which are given or which are managed for our members, but our members does not know. So I will not take much of the time, and I'm really thankful to MSS section and especially Pramodji and Kotaji for arranging this program, which is very, very useful and beneficial for our members. I'm very sure that the members will be benefited by this program. So over to you, Pramod.
Thank you very much, Prakash Sharma ji, for your very important update for the members in practice. But yes, very rightly stated earlier by the President and Vice President, sir, that this KYM is not only for members in practice, but also members in industry, in business. Because their information also updation and their the issues could be a bit different and important in the way that once they are into an industry and they change over their jobs, many a times they don't update their employment on the SSP with the ICI. So this KYM is a process to have that updation also. I'll request the chairman of the committee for members in industry and business, CA Durgesh Kabraji, to share his views and the importance for that why this KYM is again important for the members in industry.
Thank you, Chairman. It's indeed a pleasure to talk at the time when KYM, which is being made mandatory for all the members, which has been addressed by President Sir as well as Vice President Sir. And you all know, friends, that President Sir and Vice President Sir has given various examples that why this is required and important for members in practice as well as for members in industry too. As we all know that nowadays more than 50% chartered accountants are there into the industry or into the business. And when they are there into the industry and business, and when this has been made mandatory for them also, it is needed that they also update their changing roles at the organization where they are serving into the SSP portal, which is being there. But what happens if the KYM is not there? Then normally the members in industry are not updating all these things. And whatever status they have filled at the time when once they have logged in into the SSP portal, that only remains. Whereas probably from executive officer to the CFO, he would have been. Right. So it is needed that all the chartered accountants who are into the industry and business also need to update their KYMs, and it is important for all of them that wherever they are working, at whatever positions they are working, all these are required to be mentioned over there. And we all know that one more important thing for all of us is if a member who is into the industry and would like to have the fellow membership, then he need to complete his 5 years into the areas of accounts, taxation, and related professional services which is being rendered by him into the relevant department. And probably we are known as the complete business solution provider. There's no need that they are into these two only, but they can into be the finance or they can into be some other areas also where there are the decision makers in the enterprises. So once these informations are uploaded. I think these informations will help Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, where we would be in a position to bifurcate all these informations, and we would be able to provide more services to the members in industry, because the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, under the aegis of the Committee for Members in Industry and Business, is doing a lot of activities for members who are serving into the industry. So industry specific programs, CFO programs, if we know that these many are CFO, we can connect with them. These many are into this particular cement industry or infra industry, so we can connect with those people, we can invite them, and we can have the better interactions with them. Accordingly, those members will also help us to give their feedbacks into the various exposure draft which are coming out from the institute side, and the problems which are being faced also will not be faced. So it is indeed very important for all the members who are working into the industry and business that they also update their KYMs into the institute's SSP portal. So all the data with respect to that becomes very easy. What is exactly required for KYMs? All these things are mentioned in the portal itself. When you are going for that, there are certain drop downs are there. One of those things you have to do, and it's becoming easier. Yeah, the time when it was at the initial stage, it was taking more time, but now many members have done it. I think more than 60,000 members have already done this from the industry as well as from the practice. So I think it is being accepted by the members. Overall is 90,000 or so, and we are total in number of more than 3,75,000 or so. So if still lot many members have to do. So hopefully every members in industry and business in practice will now do their KYMs. It will help institute to provide them better services when they do their KYMs at the SSP portal. With this, I thank the MSS Directorate Convener, Mr. Pramod Jain, and the Deputy Convener, Mr. Kota Srinivas, and the team members of the MSS Directorate, as well as the IT head, Mr. Anupam Kaushik. They are doing wonderful tasks, and this initiative will help the institute in a great way by serving to the members at large. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Durgesh Kabaraji, for your kind address and telling the importance that yes, members in industry too need to have their KYM done. We also have our chairman of AASB, Dr. Sanjeev Singhal, the convener of the PRC, and also I would say the founder chairman of the SRSB. We call him Sustainable Sanjeev Singhal-ji. So I'll request my sustainable friend to please share his views on the KYM.
Thank you, Pramod Bhai. Thank you. Thanks to all the council colleagues who are present here. Durgesh Bhai, Prakash Bhai, Kota Srinivas, who is the deputy, was the vice chairman of the MSS, and of course in the august presence of the Honorable President and Purushottam Khandelwal-ji. Pramod Bhai, this is one of the most important initiatives that has been taken. In fact, we have been advocating it for many years, and the members feel the need for it. And it is the members in practice as well as member in industry, because whosoever belongs to whichever place, whether he is in practice or is in industry, should be so recorded in the issued records. If a member is doing practice, then he is entitled to practice work. If a member is in industry, he should not encroach upon the areas where the member in practice is there. So as was mentioned by Purushottam Bhai also, that this practice of industry people taking the COP and adversely impacting the members in practice, and at the same time, also, if their employees, if the employee of a CFO, chartered accountant employee of a CFO, if they take COP, then it also means that they are doing a disservice to their own organization. One, they will be liable to the disciplinary action in case which can happen if a member in practice is doing anything wrong. And secondly, it also gives wrong data to that particular company, because these people are then associated with some of the firms which may not be allowed as per their employment contract. So it is very important that those who are in employment, who are working in industry, do not take that COP, and all these things can be corrected through this. Similarly, firms opening offices where there have no presence will also be checked by this. So it's an extremely good step, and the fruits of the same will be visible in the years to come. My compliments to you and Kota Shridevasji and the entire MSST.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sanjeev Bhai, for bringing out the reasons and the benefits for this KYM in a very, very clear and plain language. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sanjeev Bhai. Now, before we go to the live session of getting the KYM done and visible, that, okay, what are the issues? We have received so many queries. Earlier also, we are receiving the queries. Currently online also, we have got more than 50 queries right now online, and we have got around 1,000 queries earlier. But many of the queries would be resolved when our Deputy Convener, CA Kota Srinivas ji, would be making a small presentation through a PPT, which would be clearing so many doubts, because some of the things which would be there in our minds, and we are trying and we are saying it is not practically possible to do so, or it is not so. As mentioned by Durgesh Kapraji, more than 90,000 members have already submitted their KYM. Many of them, majority of them have also been approved. So I'll request my Deputy Convener, CA Kota S. Srinivas ji, who has been there through the skin, thick and skin hair, contributing and making this KYM more and more effective, to make his presentation. And all the members should go through this, because many of the things are quite visible, would be quite clear when he will be presenting them. I'll request Kota sir to please go ahead and make his presentation.
Thank you, Convener sir, CA Pramod Jain sir. In absentia, let me thank all my council colleagues, the president, the vice president. Then we have Prakash sir. Then we had Purushottam Gyanchan Mishra, Raj Chawlaji. Then we had Durgesh Kumar Kapra sir, and also Sanjeev Kumar Singhal, who gave their views, and also the Purushottam. Good evening, members. Once again, welcome to each and every one of you for this webinar on KYM. As the convener said, I'll be just taking you through the PPT, which we have prepared to explain to you what is the requirement. Can I share the screen, Dinesh sir?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Yes.
One second. So is it visible? Is it visible?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Just 1 second. Well, members, before taking you through this, know your member. Let me once again tell you, like various regulators and courts have asked ICA to have various details of members and get their KYC done. We have launched this KYM, Know Your Member, in the month of March 2023, obtaining members' information and related documents in one of the basic requirements for regulatory functions of ICA. As we know, we have completed the 75th year of our formation of ICA since 1949 to 2023. In fact, we would have started our institute with very few hundreds of members, but today we have, with the latest examination results, maybe we would have touched almost 4 lakh chartered accountants. And it's definitely a need of the hour that ICA should know their members and have certain basic details. So what is that you have to do in KYM? Members are required to provide their identity and addresses evidence and make necessary declarations on an annual basis in the form. So two things is very, very important. One is the identity of the member and second thing is address. This is what we ask, and few declarations wherever it is required, few declarations, and this has to be done on an annual basis. Form is to be filed annually through self-service portal of the ICA. In fact, all of us are aware we have an SSP which has been running successfully for many years. So through that SSP portal, we have to do this KYM formalities. Members can make the annual fees payment only after submission of KYM form. So this year we have made it a point that when once a member fills up or submits the KYM form, then only he will be allowed to pay the membership fees. But here one thing we have to understand, submission of KYM form is necessary, but it's not that you have to wait till it gets approved for paying the membership fees. So members need not wait for approval of KYM for annual fee payment. So once you submit the form, then we will take from the office, will take 5 to 6 days, working days to approve the form. Meanwhile, when you have submitted the KYM form, immediately you can pay the annual membership fees. To update their particulars as name, address, employment, etc., members have to visit the respective module in SSP portal for its updation or correction. The correct information will reflect in KYM form on its approval from RO. So the respective regional officers will approve your KYM form, then it will show as KYM approved. So updated FAQs, as our convener already mentioned, updated FAQs, PPTs and online query form have been uploaded on the website of the institute under the heading What's New in the M&SS Directorate page and also on SSP portal while filing the KYM form. So with this brief introduction, let me take you through this KYM PPT. So ICA Know Your Member is a newly developed form, as I said, in which members are required to provide certain information as desired in the KYM form on an annual basis online through self-service portal login. So no KYM form is available in SSP under members functions. When once you open the SSP portal, you will have different functions. One is SSP members function, and then in case of partnership form, we will have forms function and also articles function. Under members function, we have to get into this KYM form. Kindly note that member can make the annual fees payment only after submission of KYM form. So I'm saying that only after submission of the KYM form. There is no prerequisite that the submitted form has to be approved for paying the membership fees. However, member need not wait for approval of KYM for annual fees payment. So once you submit the KYM form, then you are eligible to pay the annual membership fees. So this is login in self-service portal. All of you are aware of this particular screen. Then if you come here, this is where the members function is there. Then in that members function, we have this KYM form. So you have to click in this KYM form, then you can start giving the information, furnishing the information. Once the KYM form is opened but not successfully submitted, the same will be available in the members module option. Follow the following path: log into self-service portal, click on members function, and then KYM form. So what are the documents? Information or documents required for filing this KYM form. One is PAN number along with proof, if already not updated. So most of the members would have updated this PAN number and also GST number along with the proof earlier. If you have not done, please update that. The PAN number with the proof, GST number along with the proof, if already not updated. Then we also ask a latest passport size official photograph along with ID proof. So the latest passport size photograph is required, official photograph along with ID proof. What all those ID proof, I'll come to that. Then we ask for permanent address along with supporting document. Then designation in employment, if applicable. So if you are a member in service and if there is a designation given to you and it is applicable, you can give that. Then self-employed details. So this applies to those members who are neither in practice nor in service. Those who are having their own business as such, those who are neither in practice or in employment, those who are having their own business or any other services apart from practicing chartered accountant, those self-employed details have to be given. Then professional address along with supporting document. So this professional address along with supporting document, this applies to only those people who are into practice, that is members in practice, having full-time COP. Independent directorship details. So this is one more requirement that has to be given. For this, the director simplicitors, there are many situations where members have become director simplicitor, where they are not full-time directors or executive directors. So those details are not required. Only when they are independent directors, then it is required. Director simpliciter, the details are not required. Then details of pending cases with professional bodies or any court or authority if applicable. So there may be certain members who may be under facing certain cases, pending cases may be there with either Institute of Chartered Accountants of India or any court or authority. If it is there, then you have to give those details. Declaration for its correctness in Section 8 compliance. So when once everything is there, you may have to say that whatever stated above is true and correct. Then PAN card details. We have asked for PAN card details. Members can update their PAN card and attach scanned copy of original PAN card. So those of the members who are not given the PAN card details, they can attach scanned copy of original PAN card. In case any member do not have PAN card of India, so there may be a situation where members or members of our institute, they are not residing in India, they may be residing abroad. So they may not be having PAN card of India. They may skip this option. Then latest photograph and ID.
Here, Kotaji, just to add, lots of queries are there on the PAN card, that they are not having a PAN card in India, overseas. Just reiterating what you have said, submission of the PAN card is not mandatory, please. If you don't have, as you have said in your PPT itself, that if you don't have a PAN card, no need of submitting it.
Okay.
Right? Please.
Thank you, sir. So whenever you feel you want to add something, you're welcome, sir. You can stop me and you can add it.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Then the latest photograph and ID proof is what we are asking. So members need to upload its latest or her latest photographs and can upload any of the following documents. So for uploading the latest photograph and ID proof, these are the documents. So the driving license having validity, because you cannot upload certain things which has lost its validity. Passport front and back copy and having validity. Voter ID, election card, front and back copy, or PAN card. So this is like you should also give your photograph. Passport size photograph, and also this document has to be uploaded. Before uploading the document, kindly select the type of document. So this is the thing where you have to go and select whether it is PAN card, passport, or what I said, this voter ID card. So this is where you have to select that particular thing. Then prescribed documents of permanent address proof. We are also talking about permanent address proof. What are all the documents required? Any of the following documents: driving license having validity, if the address is similar to that which has been given in the institute records, passport, voter ID card, election card, both front and back page, electricity, water or gas bill, not more than 3 months old, meaning in the preceding 3 months, any of the bill, 1 month bill, you can attach. Property tax receipt, maybe of the latest year. Rent agreement. So if you are giving the rent agreement for your permanent address, it should be on a stamp paper. And the rental agreement, if there is any period, it should not have been expired. So today, if you are giving a rental agreement, it should be valid as on today. Usually, sometimes it happens, they will enter into an agreement for 11 months period or 5 years period or 10 years period. You ensure that that period is not expired when the document which you are submitting. Then bank statement not older than 3 months. Means in any of the previous 3 months, one of the month bank statement you can give, where the requirement for bank statement is you should have that. Usually today we don't have passbooks, like physical passbooks are reduced. Usually we will have this downloaded pass sheets itself, e-pass sheets. But ensure that the pass sheet should be downloaded in PDF form, because what happens if I download, even in my case itself, I downloaded my pass sheets in Excel format. where the name and address of the bank was not appearing. So my KVM itself, they held for almost 1 month. They said we cannot approve that. Then I didn't know that address and all will come in PDF format. Then they explained to me. I downloaded the bank statement in PDF form where my bank name, address, everything was there clearly mentioned. After submitting that document, they approved my KYM. So when once we submit documents properly, it's easy for the office to see that the process will be very easy. In case you are residing with your parents or relatives, so if you are not staying in your in the premises which is in your name, but it is in the name of your parents, it may be in the name of your parents, or it may be in the name of your spouse, brothers or sisters, or son or daughter, or relatives or friends. You can upload the electricity, water, gas bill, property tax receipt documents of your close relatives along with permission letter from them. So we have given a format. So if you are staying in any other in the premises which is not belonging to you, the owner is someone else, then we have attached a format. Kindly fill it up and get the signature of the owner of that particular property, and you can submit that document. Sir, anything to add on this particular slide, sir?
Yes, thank you, Kotaji. Here again, a lot of queries were raised regarding where a person is residing in his spouse place or parents place. So in that case, when it is in the name of the parents, they have to just submit a document whereby it is evidence that the person is the relative, and then the copy of that bill is required, and in that case there is no requirement of anything else. In case it is other than the close relative, that is the spouse, parents, or children, in that case you have to attach a document along with the permission letter to just like a no objection certificate. And many questions we are receiving still on online right now, that why PAN is required. Again, we have said categorically, currently PAN is not mandated to be filled. Kindly see that, right? Thank you. Kotaji, please, you may continue.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
11:30.
So this is the field where you have to key in that, select the document, whether driving license, passport, or whatever the document, rental agreement, and then you have to upload that. Then what are the points to remember while filling the permanent address? In case you are residing with your close relatives such as father, mother, spouse, brother or sister, son or daughter, kindly upload a no objection letter taken from your relative in the given format along with any one documentary proof required for permanent address. I have already said what all the documentary proof, like gas bill, telephone bill, electricity bill, or any other document saying that particular shows the name of the owner. In case you are residing with your relatives or friends, other than the close relatives, what we have said, kindly upload a no objection letter taken from your relative or friend on non-judicial stamp paper in the given format along with any one documentary proof required for permanent address. So here is the format when you are taking you are residing in the premises which belongs to a close relative on plain paper to be signed by the close relative to whomsoever it may concern. This is the format. Maybe this is the sum and substance of the thing. So you can use this. So you can download this particular format, fill in the blanks wherever it is required, whatever data is required, and you can get the signature of the owner with address and contact number and submit this. So this is the other format where you are residing in a premises which is not belonging to a close relative but to a relative or friend. Then all this is the format, and this has to be taken on a non-judicial stamp paper. So close relatives on a white sheet is sufficient, plain paper, but relative or friend, it is compulsory that you have to take it on a non-judicial stamp paper. So this you have to understand. So for when you are staying with in a house belonging to a relative or friend, and if you send in a plain sheet in the same format, the office will say, no, it has to be non-judicial stamp paper. Why you have sent in this white plain sheet? So here the time taken to tell you, and you getting in on the stamp, non-judicial stamp paper, lot of time will be wastage. So what I suggest is whatever is required, if you just note down these points, if you are in this particular category, and ensure that you submit all the documents properly at the first stage itself, then for office also it will be very easy to process your KYM form and approve the KYM form as such. Next, coming to the employment details. Now, this is a case where a particular member is not in practice but is in employment. You can update your employment or engagement under Regulation 198 through KYM form. In case your details are not updated, kindly update the same through employment or engagement form available in member function of self-service portal. So if you get into self-service portal, there is a column where you can upload your employment or engagement details. If you're not done, kindly do that. However, you can update your present designation in current employment through KYM form. So what is the advantage if you already update this in self-portal means when once you open the KYM form, many of the details will be pre-filled or you can just select it. You need not again keep typing in the KYM form. If already as a practicing member, your membership number is there, your permanent address is there, professional address is there. So if you just get into the KYM form, all those things will be coming as such. So only if there is any change, you may have to key in. Otherwise, the same details you can upload with the required documentary evidences. So this is a screenshot of employment option. So you can just select this. What is the designation? Where are you working? So all those organization name, organization address, all these things you may have to key in. Sir, anything on this employment, sir?
As regarding employment as well as many members who are there are raising questions regarding when they are residing abroad, so how can they give their permanent address in India? This is to clarify, it is given in our FAQ also that they need not give an address in India. They can give their foreign address also. Currently, we are in the process of updating. I'll request Anupam Kaushikji to please update the members who are residing abroad or having our employment abroad, how the process would be enabled and within what time?
Okay. Sir, the change in accommodating foreign members, updating their both the addresses in SSPs on the KYM form is something which is in process. I will not be able to provide a single date right now, but the thing will the work around it is the fact that the region of the member based on his current declared address, either professional or correspondence address, will be stored, and he will be able to fill in, and the check of either one of them to be an Indian address will be removed. So if you're residing outside of India, your professional and residential address both can be a non-Indian address.
And this would be enabled. The work is on. That would be enabled very soon on the SSP portal. Right. As regarding members who are outside, because lots of queries are being raised and that they're employed outside, they're residing outside, nothing in India. So in that case, they can give a foreign address, which will be enabled soon, very soon. Please continue, Kotha sir.
Okay, sir. So this is self-employed details. In fact, as convener was saying, even Mr. Anupam Kaushik was saying, when once we introduced KYM, we were insisting on address of a member to be of Indian address. We wanted at least one address in India, but many of the members said that we don't have a permanent address in India as of now because we have already shifted outside India. So then we decided let us allow that also, and that's what our convener said, that even a member who is not having any address in India but he is having a foreign address, that also we are accepting. Now coming to the self-employed details, of course, majority of them may not be in this category, but those of members who are in self-employed details. So as I explained, self-employment means a member who is neither holding COP nor in employment, but doing any business or providing freelancing services. Only these members can update their self-employment details in KYM form through self-employed details option. Members can update their employment details through this option. Also, members holding COP cannot update their engagement through this option. So when once a member is holding COP, he cannot get into the self-employment details and update it. And who are presently working as partner in any CA firm, LLP, MCS company are not required to update their details through this option. They can update their details through form function or self-service portal. So self-employment employee details means it's not that a member who is having his own practice, he should not assume that I'm also self-employed. So it only applies to the members who is neither holding COP nor in employment. Because a person who is holding a COP, of course, is also doing his own self-practice, but it is not coming under this category. There is a separate category for that, the members who are holding COP. So this is the, what you call this, a screenshot where you have to do all this, give all these details about self-employment. So now coming to this member status, address, permanent address, what are the documents required? The first category is member not holding COP and also not in employment. So this is the case where I was talking about self-employment members. So the place of residence is the permanent address that you have to give. Documents as required in permanent address. Already we have discussed what all the documents that is required in permanent address. Those documents have to be uploaded. Then member in employment other than CA firm. So there are two categories of members in employment. One not in CA firm, one other than CA firm. So here we are talking about those members who are in employment other than in CA firm. They are not employed in CA firm. In case member choose the place of employment, then you have to give this particular document, certificate of address issued by the employer at his or her letterhead, or if they choose the place of residence, then documents as mentioned in permanent address has to be given. The third category is member employed as paid assistant in CA firm, professional address of employer. So whenever a member is employed as a paid assistant in a chartered accountant firm, compulsorily he has to give a certificate of address issued by the CA firm where he is employed. So the format is attached. Now this is the next category, member holding COP and not in charge of firm or branch and also not the paid assistant with the firm. So these are all to the members who are holding full-time COP and not in charge of firm or branches. So the place of profession. So these are some of the documents that is required. Any one of the documents, see, like already I have said what all the documents required for address proof, electricity, water and gas bill not older than 3 months, and property tax receipt, rent agreement, bank statement or GST certificate. See, documents mentioned 1 to 3, that is electricity bills or property tax or rent agreement, may be in the name of firm or in the name of proprietor or any partner. However, documents mentioned in 4 and 5 above should be in the name of the firm. So these two documents, that is bank statement or GST certificate, compulsorily should be in the name of the firm. The first 3 documents, either it can be in the name of the particular partner or in the name of the firm. Office occupied by you, which is in parents of it. This I already have explained there. Where the office is occupied, that I explained there, where residence is occupied in those premises where the owner is a close relative. Here we are talking about office occupied by you, which is held by the owner is a close relative or other than relative or friend as such. So what are all the other documents that we said, that in case of close relatives, you have to take a declaration in plain paper, and in case your office is occupied in a place, in a premises which is owned by a relative or a friend, then on a non-judicial stamp paper you have to take a declaration. So there is another category, member holding part-time COP and partner with a CA firm. So professional address of employer or firm. So whenever there is a member who is having a part-time COP and also is a partner with a CA firm, then compulsorily he has to attach the documents on the basis of your selection of address. In case you select the employer address, attach the document as mentioned in point 2 above. Otherwise, attach documents as mentioned in point number 4 above. So in case you are selecting the employer's address, then employer's address details has to be given. And in case of other than the employer's address, then whatever the documents that was mentioned in point number 4 above, that has to be submitted. Then the last category is member holding COP and is a head in charge of a firm or a branch. So there may be, in case of partnership firm, one of the partner will be a head in charge, or in case a firm is having a branch, there will be in charge of that branch. So address of head office or branch as the case may be. So if the person is in charge of the head office, that the document should be given. Address of the head office has to be given. In case a member, partner is in charge of a branch, that branch address details has to be given. So what all the documents that has to be given, I think already I have explained. So this is self-explanatory, similar to other requirements. The same documents are to be submitted. Members cannot update their professional address through KYM. They need to submit separate application through form module to update the change. So whenever you get into this KYM form, you feel that the address has to be changed. Your earlier address, which is there in our database, has to be changed. So you cannot change that address through KYM. So that has to be separately submitted through form module, and there it will be updated, and then you can do the KYM forms submission. Next. So points to be noted while updating the professional address. Some of the points: member who are not in charge of any branch need to update their head office or branch address as professional address. Members can provide GST registration document as proof of professional address for all the partners in relation to head office and branch office. Member who is a partner or proprietor of a CA firm should submit the professional address document in the name of the firm. However, documents such as these bills, that utility bills and property receipt, can be in the name of the partner or proprietor or firm name. In case of paid assistant, a letter issued by a CA firm mentioning its address has to be submitted. Members who are holding part-time COP should provide professional address on the basis of their employment. A member who is in charge of any branch or head office can update their professional address through form function only. Here, there may be one more situation, like there may be members who are into practice, but because of their, gross receipts, few of them would have taken the GST number, or few may not have taken the GST number because their gross receipts is less than the stipulated this thing. So when once you get into the KYM form, it will ask for GST number. So if you don't have a GST number, you please leave it blank. Don't fill anything there. Then it will be accepted. If you fill something, it will say, please submit the documentation for that. So if you have the GST registration, you fill the details. If you don't have GST registration, please leave it blank. Then you can proceed with the KYM form. So these are where member is holding the independent directorship with any company. So screenshot of independent director details. If you are having the TIN number, you have to give, and the SIN number of the company where you are holding the independent directorship, and company name. Of course, TIN number will be same for all the companies, because it will be given for one for individual, one TIN number will be given. If you are independent director of more than one company, the details of the company has to be filled in. Independent director, earlier I have said, director simpliciter, who is there only to attend the board meetings and receive sitting fees, he need not submit any details. Other than director simpliciter, independent director has to fill in these details. So these are some of the things I thought we share with each and every one of you. Thank you once again for being with us and listening to all of us. The opening remarks given by our president, vice president, and all our council colleagues who shared their views. This is the PPT presentation which I have done. We are going further with the Q&A session. You may be having a lot of queries. I hope some of the queries I would have resolved in this through this PPT. Once again, on behalf of M&SS, again I request all of you to, after this particular session, after this question and answer session, or clearing all your doubts, please try to submit your KYM form as early as possible. Now, with this, I'll conclude my PPT presentation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Kota sir, for an excellent presentation. Many queries are being continuously received. Before we start with a live demo of uploading the KYM, just to tell that in case of foreign members, when we say OTP is not being coming on the foreign phone, the OTPs would be coming on the email. One of the question was with whom the data would be shared. ICI will never share any data with anyone. It is for their own consumption or if the government asks, only then. And if a person is employed with the entity which has got more than one addresses, then the registered office address should be given. Now, we have also got our MSS whole team out here, our secretary Dinesh Mishra ji, the IT head Anupam Kaushik ji, and of course our deputy secretary CA Govind Agarwal ji. Many queries have been received. Now let us go with the live data to upload one of the KYM online right now. And I'll request Govind ji. Govind ji, you are there right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So Govindji, you have received so many queries on various issues. So the moment our member, who is the what is the name of the member? Sunil Kumarji. I thank Sunil Kumarji, CS Sunil Kumarji, being personally present here to help all the members out here, because he would be uploading his KYM live right now. And on all the points, Govindji, Anupamji, Dineshji, wherever you feel that members have raised so many questions. So in each point, I'll request Govindji, कि ये problems आ रही हैं, इसका ये solution, right? So I'll request Anupamji to please guide CA Sunilji to make an online KYM. Just share the screen. As regarding PPT, it is already there uploaded on the MSSD page on the ICI.org. And there could be, I received certain queries where they say members, our senior members who are neither in industry nor in practice, but they are leading a retired life. So in that case, they can fill themselves as self-employed and give their residential address. One question is KYM form has been changed recently? No, there is no change. Certain small updations were there, that's all. But the basic form has not changed. As regarding address, in case a member is having the GST number, then there is no need of any other, and the GST number at the same
Kota sir, I think there is a network issue is there, and Pramod sir, I think we will rejoin.
Oh, they have logged off, huh? Okay.
Logged off, I think.
How many members are there, Govind sir?
Sir, I'm not able to see. I'm not
No, I
joining.
think that was.
Yeah.
Sir, I think there was some technical issue.
Yeah, please, we were connecting to upload. Yeah, please do.
बाहर क्यों है अंदर हूँ Okay, good evening, everybody. This is Anupam Kaushik. I'll be helping Sunil Kumar, CA Sunil Kumar, who is sitting by my side, and he will be logging on to SSP to fill up a KYM form so that we have a demonstrative look of how the form works, what are the details we are taking, what is available, etc., etc. As a part of a scenario, we are taking up a COP case right now. Sunil Kumar is a COP holder, right? Yeah. Okay. So, for sake of security, I wish to inform the larger audience that details, as may be seen on the screen, request you not to divulge with any information and misuse it. The idea is only to demonstrate of how the form works. Thank you.
Anupam sir, it's not, they will not misuse, but you can only request them not to record this. That's it.
Okay. I stand corrected. Thank you, sir.
So we can start. Where are we delaying?
Okay. Sorry, folks. Little trouble here. We are just back on now. So I don't think I need to detail on how to get into SSP because that's all I'm assuming everybody knows. A standard browser like Google Chrome or Internet Edge may be used to access, which is eservices.izai.org. Once the browser opens up this link, you find a sign-in page into SSP with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India logo on the left. So for members, the user ID is the six-digit membership number @icai.org. Password, of course, you would know it yourself. And here I go and click on login.
Anton sir, kindly also explain what will if members do not have the password. They may go to the forget password option and type the user ID and can change the password.
Yeah, okay, that'll be nice. Thank you, Govind. A lot of users sometimes claim that they are unable to reset the password. There are two modes which we have created. One is over email, and the other is mobile OTP. Your login ID is, of course, mrn@ici.org. You may choose which option suits you best. Email or a mobile OTP. You have to give this CAPTCHA, and then the reset password option gets activated. I'm not doing this at this stage in order to save time. Please note, if you click on email, there is an email validation link sent to your registered email
Recording
address.
stopped.
And if you are on which, if you are clicking, it straight away asks you for a change in password. Whereas if you put in the mobile OTP and submit the reset password link, you will get an OTP which you need to authenticate, and it will then ask you with two-level password change, which is password change plus confirmation. So I'm going back to okay. There's a little banner that you see, which is to promote the .ca.in ID creation. Please note, we recently introduced this KYM form status because we were unable to possibly inform the users of what is the status of the form, and they had to navigate inside the SSP to find what the status was. So right now it is now available on the login for every member, irrespective of the irrespective of the membership state or category. So you need to click on OK. These are standard instructions. Go to the members functions. KYM form on the left.
Slowly there will be. So आपको पता है, members को नहीं पता है कहाँ जाना है.
So let me navigate again for people who may not have been able to see it earlier. Members functions. Please note, annual payment fees is the first link that you see by default because that's an important membership continuity program. And here we have the KYM form on the left-hand side in blue. Okay. Once I click this, on the right, it expands into the KYM form. Click here to apply the KYM form. As soon as it opens up, we have given a little instruction page because we understand that the entire KYM form is complicated and very big. So we just thought that we'll give a small synopsis of the kind of documentation required so that you are ready when you are filling up the form. Okay. Please note, the entire SSP has been built in a manner that whatever information we have last recorded with us as an institute, we will show to you on the screen. So let me ask CA Sunil Kumar, do you see everything which is correct as far as your own status is concerned?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now I'm giving the computer to you, laptop, so that you can start filling up the form. I will not help you. The idea is to demonstrate for a first-time user. Okay.
And the first we have send the PAN number. All the details are there. The membership number, my membership number is there. My name and the date of birth. First, I have put the PAN number. My PAN number. I have entered this.
गोविंद जी आप ऐड करते जाइएगा कि
So
mandatory कि नहीं.
yeah, PAN is not mandatory. PAN is not mandatory.
If anyone want to skip this, you can skip it. There is no compulsion is there. If you want to add the PAN, you can add the PAN. And if you want to add, then you have to definitely upload the PAN card, the original scanned copy of the PAN card.
And you cannot write nil here. Similarly in GST, if you have, then fill. Otherwise, don't fill.
Otherwise,
don't
skip it.
Nil. Keep it blank.
And here I have the click now. Drop down box. This is my PAN card in the KYM folder. This is my KYM documents. I have arranged all the documents that are necessary for the KYM documents. I have attached here.
This time, what should keep it?
Yes, it should be already in the PPT. And in this, I have attached the PAN card first.
So this is the, I think, very good advice. Sunil is saying that you should have a folder, KYM folder in your desktop or laptop, and have all the scanned copy available, so that you can fill immediately the KYM.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is always helpful to in fact name the file with the corresponding content. If it is a PAN card, write it's a PAN card. If it's a bank statement, write that it's a bank statement, so that when you are uploading, you're actually selecting the right document.
Anupam, there is any limit? Is there 1 MB? I think, no?
Yes, 1 MB.
Size. Yeah. Size of the file should be not more than 1 MB.
And I do not have the GST number, so that I cannot fill any document.
Yeah, so I will explain this GSTN. So we have GSTN editing, and you can declare the GST that you carry for yourself, which is a personal GSTN, or if you are a part of a bigger firm where you are a partner or a paid assistant, you can use the you can update here. And you can use the profile edit form or use the KYM form as a means to provide us with the GST details. However, please note for the larger audience, I must also say that for purposes of invoicing and taking any benefit out of the GST invoices, the firm GST has to be updated ideally before the 31st of March. Because as on 1st April, the invoice gets due and we take GST numbers for invoicing as on that day. So providing any information to us on GST after the 1st of April actually doesn't help us.
One thing is
this
also
year,
to be noted there. कि GST number of the members who are working in industry of their company is not required to be updated here, because it will not be no credit will be given for that.
Yes. So if you are working as an employee somewhere, we do not have any window to accept your firm's or company's GST. Right now, the system only accepts GST numbers which belong to an individual member, or if he is part of a bigger firm as a partner or a paid assistant.
Or CA firm, member associated with any chartered accountant firm.
Correct.
And after that, I have uploaded. So the photo has been uploaded after that. I have recently updated.
Okay.
Then can I also
do it again? No problem.
Upload your recent photograph that I have mentioned? I click the updated photograph.
So please note, in case you have ever provided your photograph to us earlier than this, your photograph will appear here to show that this is what we have. In case you wish to update, you may still choose to.
Anupam sir, kindly also update what type of format of the photograph should be. It may be a PDF or it should be only JPG.
So the document has been there. Documents required for the KYM form. It is held to mention the scanned document should be not more than 1 MB, and in respect to the photograph should not 80 KB. And the document photograph is in the JPG.
Yes. So the JPG format of the file of the photograph is acceptable, which is this is 1 MB size.
And the size also.
Yeah, correct.
And select the.
So considering you have just updated your photo, we also need to have a supporting document to understand that this photo belongs to this gentleman.
In this, I have uploaded the PAN card.
Okay. And please note, in spite of you having already submitted the PAN card, you can still give the PAN card again for documentary evidence.
Can or has to?
No, can. There are other options also. Driving license.
In which the documents are the PAN card, driving license, passport, election ID. In my case, I have uploaded the PAN card.
Yeah. So we have options of using a driving license, passport, which can be passport has to be supplemented with the front and back both. Yeah, and it has to be a valid passport. Valid means that the expiry should not have crossed when you are submitting this form. You can also use an election ID card. Please note, election ID cards of the current times are far better. So in case you have an old election card, probably the resolution is not very good there. So you may choose other options.
Sir, when we are saying that you should upload front and back, then prepare a one file only. It should be in say 1 MB size, and format should be a PDF. So only prepare that much of size file, and also select this. One thing need to be noted here, that selection of document type. You should, if you are selecting the PAN card, then you should upload the PAN card only. We are finding in that at the time of approval, some members are selecting the different driving license, but they are uploading the PAN card. In that case, it will become very difficult for the user, for the approver end to approve the application. We might have to send it, ask for correction.
Yes. So, Govind, I'll just repeat what you said because you were cracking in between. Govind tried to explain the fact that a lot of times member is actually selecting a document type which is different than what he is uploading. So make sure that what you have selected is what you upload. If that is not the case, the approval team at the back end actually sends it back to the user in an ask for correction mode. Sure. Let's move to the permanent address details. So I want to ask Sunil, is this the correct address?
Yes, sir. The personal details are correct.
Okay.
If my detail is not correct, then I have the existing address not correct, and then no. And after that, I have entered the correct details.
Please do it again. Okay, please do it again.
Huh?
You select no.
Yeah.
Now enter the details again. Do you have any supporting document of your address?
Yes.
Existing.
Any existing? No. Or the existing details are correct? Yes.
No, I wanted to showcase a no.
The person who want to update the address, then he has to go first in the profile edit form.
No.
No.
No select karo.
No select. Okay.
Okay. We have address 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines, followed by permanent country, permanent state, permanent city, and PIN code. And based on the new address that you provide, you need to select one of these documents.
This address will be updated in the portal. You need not to visit the profile edit form again to update the permanent address.
Yes. So this is a window which is a replica of the profile edit form, where you can give in your permanent address as well as professional address. And the documents that we are taking can be seen on your screen, which is driving license, passport front and back, electricity or a gas connection bill, bank statement not more than 3 months old, election ID card, rent agreement, or an NOC from the property owner, which Kotha sir already explained during the presentation. Okay,
Sir,
but in the case
one thing we need to be noted here, that if you are selecting the member attested NOC from the owner property, then if you are selecting this option, then you have to prepare a file in which any document in the name of the owner, that electricity, you are selecting the electricity bill. Electricity bill is in the name of the owner, and the one NOC. Both the document you have to prepare one file and upload here by selecting the members attested NOC option.
Sure. Thanks, Govind. We'll move ahead. Considering Sunil Kumar already has the correct address in the permanent address details, we are not changing it, and we are doing a yes there, which means, so please note, even if we have a correct address of yours, the system will still prompt you to give the proof for this. Yeah. Sunil chooses bank statement and he's uploading one.
In the first form, I have uploaded all the documents in the first, and save and next.
Yeah. So move. Come down. Yeah. So after this is done, what is this? Update self-employment details other than CA profession. This is the next page, right?
This is the next page.
So after having done the save and next, you go to the next tab, which is the employment details. I'm asking Sunil, have you ever worked in any organization, or you have been a COP holder since you became a member?
No.
You never worked. You never worked. So his claim is that he has never worked anywhere else as an employee, and hence the employment details here are
Not required.
Not displaying. Please note, there are times that you may not find your updated information in case you are working anywhere, for which you need to go and fill in the form 190 to fill in the form 190, declare all your employment details out there, and then wait for its approval. Once the approval is done, you will be able to see your organization and your engagement, details, employment details in the screen. Move.
Anupamji, many questions are there. Why are not Aadhaar card? Is taken as an ID or address proof. Can you just tell the members that why it is not so?
Okay. I thought I will take up this question a little later, but now that you have brushed upon it, we are working with actually Tata Consultancy Services, and we are using their cloud and their proprietary system to integrate our services. Having said that, Tata Consultancy Services doesn't have a vault system to store and create a secured environment as a vault to take Aadhaar. They are not authorized to take and keep Aadhaar in their system. Because we have a limitation and a compliance issue there with Tata Consultancy Services, we are unable to take Aadhaar. There are ways and means we are working out to see if there is a feasibility beyond just storing them, but that will take a while. I can assure you that we are trying to have a solution to this, but that's not available right now.
And this NOC, we have to take it on a plain paper? Yes. The plain paper should take on plain. NOC is to take on plain paper and not on a stamp paper.
Actually, NOC, two types of NOCs are there. The first NOC with the close relative. So it is in the plain paper. And the NOC with the other friends and the other than close relative, then it should be in a stamp paper.
Okay. Yeah.
One question which has been raised, Govindji, Anupamji, Dineshji out here, is that a person was in employment in so many years, but he is not currently, he is employed somewhere else today, but his past 4-5 employments has not been amended, or the employer is not updating that in the SSP data. So how to do it? He is not in connection with his past employers. So how to do it here now? What is the solution out here?
Yes. Sir, there are two types of employments. One with the industry and second with the CA firm. If the member are in industry, so there is no need for any employer consent, because member is to go to the 190A form available with that is the employment engagement form. Here he can update the joining and the leaving of their employment. After the approval from the RON, the same will display. The old employment will also be displayed here. Only condition is that at the member not hold the full-time COP at the time of he is updating the employment. But your second question, I think you belong to the member who are employed with the as a paid assistant with the CA firm. In that case, member need to, because that form need to be updated from the firm end, and firm will, when head office in charge of the firm will submit the application, and if there is a delay of more than 1 year, there is a condonation fees of 10,000, and lot of document will be required for its updation, for joining and leaving both. So in that case, it will take time. So there are two different processes, but most of the, I think, members belongs to the industry. They can update their employment very easily. There is no issue.
Please continue. Thank you. Thank you, Govind.
So, knowing SSP the way it's a repository of information of the entire history and the current information, including any engagement, which I told you a little earlier, we believe in showing what we have already of the member. So the details of your current assignments are already displayed for Sunil. Are they correct?
Yes, sir. I'm working in GS Mathur and DHR and GHS.
Okay. So you're currently working in GS Mathur and company, am I right? Yeah.
After that, I have started my own practice.
Yeah. So, as I said, in case you do not find any detail out here, you need to perhaps contact, in case you are attached to a firm, you need to contact your head in charge to possibly show that, fill up the right forms from the firm section. Once they are approved, those associations will be available here to be seen during the KYM form.
That professional address.
So you have a professional address, and the professional address belongs to?
Belongs to is correct.
Is correct.
Is correct.
Okay.
The existing address are correct. I have mentioned yes and upload the documents also.
And what are the kind of documents?
As in the
Okay. Wait. Let people, everybody see this. See. So there are a few more options available in the professional address: certified letter issued by employer/CA firm, passport front and back, followed by electricity bill and gas connection, bank statement, election ID, GST certificate or letter. Okay, when you apply for GST, you get an acknowledgement from them once the GSTN is allotted. And the professional address of the firm or the individual is a part of that letter that can be used to upload. And other options which we have seen earlier already. Govind, you want to add something here?
No, we have to just follow because Sunilji is the proprietor of the CNN full-time practice. So in that case, his head of his firm address will be his address only. So there is no issue in that. He is selecting the bank statement. It should be in the name of the firm. He can select it. But otherwise, the members need to check the table that we have provided here. This option is there. Can you show? Yeah. Documents upload guide. We have uploaded the documents upload guide. You can open that. You can find the various ways that we shown in the presentation is available here. You can select the option and a document that is required. You just upload only that document. It will be very easy for the RO to approve your application.
Sole proprietor na.
Okay. Please note, what is your association, Sunil, with the current company? You are what?
Head in charge.
You are a proprietor cum head in charge, right? So because he is a proprietor or head in charge of the firm, he will not be able to change the professional address here because there is a firm's effect that we will need to take. So he needs to actually go to the firm sections, file an address change there, which will again get reflected here.
Yes, sir. Only this restriction is there. Otherwise, member can update the professional address here. Only the head of in charge, who is any branch or head office in charge, cannot update it. They have to visit the firm function for its updation.
Sure.
Existing address are correct. I uploaded.
Yeah. As during the permanent address, even if it's correct, you still need to upload a support document. The same needs to be done for the professional address, irrespective of it being correct or not.
Statement. Bank statement of the firm. Professional address.
So bank statement of the firm is what he has selected.
Loaded the firm section.
Okay. So this tab is over. Can you go to the next?
Other details.
So we are on the fourth tab right now. As a part of information, we are actually seeking things which are beyond what we recite and keep it in SSP and we process. We wish to know whether you are an independent director anywhere in which organization. Depending on yes or no, the window expands and you'll have to give the details. So do you, no, na, पहले yes करो एक बार. Okay, please note, if you are an independent director, a DIN, SIN of the company and the company name is being asked. In case you have associations which are more than one, please use the plus sign to move on to the next row. Yeah. Okay. So considering Sunil doesn't have any association, we are selecting a no and moving on. Details of actionable information pending complaints, penalty imposed, if any, to you by ICI or any other professional body like ICSI, ICWAI, IIPA, etc.
Yes, sir.
Please select yes once. Yeah, I'm hopeful that nobody has to fill this up ever.
Yes, and the remark.
Yeah. Okay.
In first one, it is about the disciplinary action or other action. No, this is independent director.
First is the independent director. And after that, the actionable information.
Actionable information. The second one is if it is some pending complaints or penalty by ICI, CS, CWA, IIPA, all those it has to be filled. And in third case, it is by any other court or competent authority or declared bankrupt in relation to anything. In relation to anything, it could be other than professional activity also that is required to be filled in the third.
So Sunil, are you guilty anywhere?
No, sir.
Okay.
After that.
Okay, data is saved successfully.
Declaration.
So we take a small undertaking from everybody saying that the information given above is true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. I declare that I am not subject to any of the disabilities section in Section 8 of Chartered Accountants Act. I understand that furnishing false or incorrect details could lead into disciplinary action under the CA Act. So
You can also see the section 8 here also by clicking the section 8.
And release disability. Okay.
So Sunil claims that he is.
Sir, click section 8, sir. What are the disabilities you can?
Okay, not opening right now. Leave it. We'll move forward. Yeah. So we are at the last stage of the entire submission of the COP KYM form. So he has to generate OTP.
One thing,
Before which he has to key in the CAPTCHA.
This one. There's one.
till the time you are getting the OTP, one thing
OTP received, sir.
Okay. One thing, sir, you need to be update here is that if you are finding difficult to tick the above the disability, if you are having disability, then you can also mention here by clicking, do you have wish to provide any detail of disability here? So you have to click yes, then provide the detail, then submit the form.
Okay, a lot of questions come on the OTP, and I want to assure there are sometimes erratic behavior of the OTPs, but please note it has nothing to do with us. It is the entire GSM network. It's the entire SMS network, which sometimes creates a problem. And please note, close to 98% success rate, what all even banks claim. 100% OTP reach is not there. It will be wrong to claim that every OTP generation will actually land into your mobile phones. But I understand that after having reached 5 tabs, you need to have the OTP to submit. So a copy of the OTP also reaches into your email box. Always try searching for junk mail folders also whenever you are looking for any information. So
this OTP is received both on phone as well as email?
Yes.
It is same OTP?
Yeah. Validate OTP.
So you can as
and submit. So after this is done, you can see that there is a red alphanumeric sequence. It says KYM followed by 161694 as a. This is an application reference number, which you can either keep it or keep the print or take a snap. But please note, I'll show you one thing. Sunil Kumar has just submitted his KYM form. You immediately do you see this? If you remember, it was not filled earlier, is now stands submitted. So the profile changes the moment the submission tag goes from here. Please note, you continue to see his old photograph because the form is not approved yet. Once it is approved, his latest photograph will start appearing there, along with any other details which are available on the soft screen on the top.
Anupam sir. Anupam, we discussed over the. Hello.
Sir, please continue.
We discussed about this KVM status to be coming in this top band. So when it will be updated?
Sir, actually, we are finding some space issues out there, and this is the reason this dialog box got implemented.
No,
actually, what happens is
articles under me is there. No? After this, there is a lot of space here. If you see my thing.
No, sir. Actually, you can see a bigger band, but please note internally the usable space is less. So I have to kind of accommodate that. I'll do something about it.
Please.
I will try either increasing the width or reducing the font size here and there for others.
Okay.
Anupam sir, kindly also explain if the member how can they will check the status, because maybe the application come in the ask for section. So how will they check?
Yeah, in case you find that in case the dialog box that you just saw, which was submitted, in case our regional office actually sends it for ask for correction as a scenario, the submitted will be replaced by ask for correction. And if it is in that state, please note you need to go to member functions again, go to KYM form and open the KYM form here. Right now it is in the submitted state. If it is going to ask for correction, this status will change. I don't have a real case scenario right now, so I will not be able to demonstrate that, but this is how you go. Now, in case it asks for correction, please use the I button here to view and also change what the office has asked. Which means you can open up the form in an editable mode and you can change based on the request which has been provided by the regional office or ICI office who has gone through your form.
Thank you, Sunilji and Anupamji and Govindji for clarifying many issues. Friends, this is such an issue. We've got to be very frank, around 200 queries. Right now, apart from the 1,000 queries which were received earlier, but yes, this PPT is available on the MSSD page of the ICI.org. Anupamji, is it available on the SSP also, this PPT?
Which one? Sorry, I was.
This PPT is available on the SSP portal?
Yeah.
Recording in
PPT
progress.
because a lot of questions are there. This PPT is available on the SSP portal also. Again, there is a Google link at MSSD page on the ICI website. You go to the ICI website, you go to the committees, there is a directorate. You will find MSS there, Member and Student Service Directorate. On the right side top, you will find the link to give your any issues or any comments on the KYM, where you can fill your issues. We have received more than 1,000 queries, and here also 200. I'll request that you please download this queries in a soft copy. And Govindji, I'll request that office, Dineshji, please take care that all the queries which have been received through that Google form as well as on today's website, these are answered personally on their email ID.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay. Please answer them back as soon as possible to their email ID so that they are able to understand, and still if it's there, then they can again talk to us anytime.
Okay, sir.
And kindly update. Please.
One thing important is some members are mentioning their PAN number, their addresses in this form, Google this MS form we have circulated. This is not the right form to update the information. It is only for the provide the query so that we can reply. For updation, all the members need to visit the self-service portal and update their information. Only that will be accounted. Otherwise, it will be not useful.
So any updation has to be done through SSP portal. And Govindji, lots of queries are there regarding PAN card when they put as an ID proof. PAN number is not mandatory, but as an ID proof, the PAN card has been updated. And the name there is different as compared to the name which is there in the ICI website. So what is the resolution? Because there are many issues in the southern part of our country, like S. Ramesh and others, and in PAN card it is different, and ICI records is different. So what is the solution?
Sir, earlier also the ICI accepting some minor differences with the name. Just like we can take the example, my name is Govind Agarwal. If Agarwal Govind is there, if Agarwal Kumar Govind is there, a father name is added in that name, we are accepting that. There is no need to update that with the ICI record. So we are accepting that. If there is a major change, because if the name is changed from Govind to Amit Agarwal, in that case we are sending in ask for correction to update some other document.
Some other document, or maybe the document is there with the abbreviation or a complete detail, and the name in the institute is abbreviated. Like it is, you can say GK Agarwal.
We are also accepting. We are telling the photograph, and we are accepting that because lot of issues are there. Some members have sent abbreviation in the PAN card. Some is the father name.
So in these cases where the forms are not approved but they are sent for correction, so what should the member do? Should they again submit the same document?
Yes, sir. They need to submit again the document. Earlier, the clarification was issues are there with the RO levels with some approvers. So now we have already clarified that we are accepting that document. Member need to just resubmit the form.
Resubmit, please. So there are a lot of forms under correction. So we'll request all those members to resubmit those documents with the clarification which we have shared today. And again, I'll request when you give a reply to the member on their queries, kindly do that and tell them that if their form is under correction, they can resubmit those documents so that they can be approved accordingly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. The time is already over, so I don't think so we'll be able to show the members in industry right now. sorry, friend. Your name, please.
My name is Sunil.
Sunil Kumar ji. आप industry से?
Yes, sir.
As a department, project. Okay. Thank you very much, Sunil ji, for sharing this online. And I'll request our presenter today, our session taker today, and the deputy convener of MSSD, CA Kota S. Srinivas ji, to please give his concluding remarks for the today's awareness program.
Thank you very much, convener sir. So it was a very good presentation and also a detailed discussion about this KYM. I only hope that majority of the queries have been resolved. Was even we had a live demonstration that was a very good welcome measure, I should say. I should thank Mr. Sunil Kumar, the CA Sunil Kumar, who came there and helped us for his live demo. Thank you, Mr. Sunil Kumar, for coming there. And I also should thank all the staff, including Secretary Dinesh sir. Then we have Anupam Kaushik sir. Then Govind Agarwal is from Kanpur. He also clarified so many doubts in each and every stage. The madam who is there helping us in all these things, activities. Let me also thank all the participants. I don't know the number of participants who have joined because I didn't get the numbers. How many have joined, madam?
They are around 2,000.
Oh, great. So
around 2,000.
More than around 2,000 members have joined this particular program. This shows their interest and also the need to fill in this KYM. I only request all of them to complete the process at the earliest so that there cannot be a last minute rush, because as you know, without filling up this KYM form, you cannot pay the membership fees. So only 3 months is left out, and I know all of you will be busy in your due dates and other professional works. But as you know, as Mr. Sunil Kumar demonstrated, it will hardly take 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes you can do, provided you get all the required documents saved in a particular folder. It will take less than 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So you can just spare that 10 minutes and see that KYM has been with required documents has been uploaded, which will help our office to approve that at the earliest. We have set 7 days. When once all the documents are there, we will see that it will be approved at the earliest. Govind sir, we should approve within 3 to 4 days if all the documents are proper. But yes, when once the numbers are increasing, we also have our constraints, but still we will work overnight, see that all the forms should be approved. Thank you once again. Dinesh sir, I've changed that PPT and I've sent it to you with the background and also some small grammatical corrections and all. If you feel that is okay, please upload that in the
Yes, sir.
Replace that with the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you one and all for attending this webinar. Thank you, sir. Convener sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.